Hello, my fellow fans of Dungeons & Dragons, and welcome once again to Neverwinter Nights. Alright guys, so I am going to continue playing Planescape Torment, but that game does not hold the same place in my heart as Neverwinter Nights does, and it doesn't really scratch the same itch. So today, we're going to start a new campaign in Neverwinter Nights. Okay. So, we've already done the core campaign, but I want to start us off on an epic quest. This one will span both Shadows of Undrentide, and then we'll keep our character and go into Hordes of the Underworld. So, let's start with Shadows of Undrentide. We want to play this entire thing, so we'll start at Chapter 1, create a new character. Okay, so last time I played a lawful good character, and I had a lot of fun doing that, but this time I have to be really careful with what I'm doing, and I'm going to be playing a lawful neutral character. I cannot stray too far either good or evil, and that's going to be a tough one for me because usually I do the good things in this game, and a lot of times you are really disproportionately rewarded if you do good things. But we'll start off, we'll play a male, race is human, portrait. Right, we are going to choose... this guy worked. Class. Alright, so I'm going to play one of my favorite combinations after 3-5, and that is a monk sorcerer who works into the Pale Master class. Pale Master is one of the alternatives to the slightly inferior wizard build for a arcane necromancer, and having the monk's hit points and attack advantages is actually really fun when you're playing as a Pale Master. So the first thing we want to take is Monk, because they have better hit points, and they start off just better as a first level character. Alright, our alignment will be lawful neutral. Abilities. Alright, so here I want to make sure I have a high enough charisma to cast some decent spells. I'm not going to worry too much about strength and constitution. Really, we want a good wisdom. I want to be able to speak intelligently, and I want an exceptionally good dexterity. Okay, so that's where we're going to go. We're going to start off with a strength, a con, and an intelligence all at 10. This means that I'll have no penalties nor bonuses to any of those abilities. Also, with the intelligence of 10, I will not take penalties with speaking. Dexterity at 15 will help our armor class, as will the wisdom at 14, and the charisma because I am going into sorcery. Packages, well, I don't want any of the packages. I like making my own characters, so we'll configure. Okay, so let's see. I can get appraise, which will get us better costs at the stores. Now, last time I took craft armor, and we didn't really use it all that much. Here, I think there's a lot more chances to actually use craft armor, so I think I'm going to put at least 2 points in that. Let's see, what else do we use? Well, I always like maxing out lore. I also want tumble, so that way I can move around the combat field easily. Persuade is excellent, and well, there's nothing else I specifically want, so I'm just going to put this into craft armor, and I will be changing the looks of my monk armor as we go on. So that's our skills. Okay, so I hadn't given too much thought on what kind of proficiency feats I want. Lucky Heroes is pretty good at first level. You get a +1 bonus on all your saving throws. Actually, I think I need One of the cooler things is you get past level 20 in these 2 campaigns, so I'm trying to figure out if maybe I can go both Shadow Dancer and Pale Master. So that would be interesting. But to do that, I need the dodge and the ability feats. Okay, customize. Let's see. I want. Yeah, let's go with this head. I do want the tattoos. You know what? I'm a big guy. That's okay. We can have a fat one. And the clothing that I like. I really like this as a starting outfit. We'll be sticking with it until we find some of the magical monk armors. Let's give my skin a little color. You know what? I would like to play a green-haired character, but maybe not that green. Let's just stick with real colors. We'll go with a brown hair, maybe, if I can find a good one that I like. That's a little too red. It's a little too orange. Black hair, and the tattoo colors for funsies will be this lime green and purple.
Get on them! Attack, I say!
Okay, and of course, we are going to be playing as Keagro once again. He is, of course, my avatar, and I want him to be...
Show them your steel! Attack! Strike at them! A time I will attack! To the fight, my friends! Attack!
I like...
Once more into the breach now! Strike swiftly!
I like stealth specialist, so we'll go with that. Alright, so that's character creation, and we'll get right into this after this cutscene plays.
Hilltop, one of many small villages that dot the most remote regions of the northern wildlands, known as the Silver Marches. Few would choose so cold and inhospitable land to make their home. Those seeking a new life, or to escape their past. It is in Hilltop that your mentor, Master Drogan, chose to settle after a lifetime of adventure. Here, he would pass on his knowledge to you, and a select few others with promise. It is here that evil comes in the shadows, and behind it, a sinister purpose that will see your own promise either realized in full, or extinguished forever.
Alright, so in that cutscene, we see some kobolds invade our school, and of course, they steal some MacGuffin artifacts. Alright, we get some items, and I have a magic ring. This ring is like the Stone of Recall in this game, but this one works on focus crystals, so you can't just teleport infinitely with it. We only get a certain number of life-saving teleports. And let's head out to find adventure. Thank you, train. And it looks like there are 3 others here. Let us talk.
Aha! You're here. Tell me, surely you have heard how our dear Misha fared in her last test. I have had enough of your jibes, Xanos. You would have done no better.
On the contrary, dear lady, I tend to do exactly what Master Drogon asks me to do. If he says to rescue the goblin child, then I rescue the goblin child. It is not so difficult.
I somehow doubt Master Drogon would ask you to rescue anything that he didn't expect you to rob first.
Ha ha! You are the aspiring thief amongst us, little Dorna, not I.
But a goblin is an evil creature, child or no. How can I be expected to lend it aid? It was not a fair test of my abilities.
Oh, Misha, you awful stupid you. So, you would leave a child to die, Misha? What kind of paladin are you? You are not a paladin, Keagro. I would not expect you to understand. A creature of evil deserves no mercy from the righteous. Oh, and of course the child could not be raised differently, could it? It will always be an evil creature. This is not about you, Xanos, and besides, you have human blood within to redeem you from your orcish heritage. You humans are all the same. Sometimes I wonder just how redeeming my human blood really is. Pah! Perhaps there is a lesson to learn in Master Drogon's test that you have not thought of yet, Misha. Maybe he was trying to teach you that paladins are merciful, as well as righteous. You shame me with your wisdom, Keagro. Of course you are correct. It is no wonder that Master Drogon holds you in such high regard. Bah! Who cares how the dwarf regards them? I came here to learn what I can from him, and that is all. I don't want to be too brown-nosy, which you get called out for if you say that one, or this one, but I don't really agree with Xanos, so the rewards will be worth it in the end, I think. Ha! My sentiments exactly. The fact that Drogon is not richer tells me he has only so much adventuring knowledge to pass on. Well, I didn't mean to quite agree with him, but whatever. Great wealth is not the goal of every adventurer, Xanos. I do not speak for the fools, little girl. Let them do as they wish. Keagro, I heard Master Drogon saying that your final test would be coming very soon. Do you think you're ready for it? I believe I am. You sound so confident. I wish I could say the same. I bet that Master Drogon will take away Keagro's ring for the final test. No teleporting for you. But Master Drogon gave us the rings to keep us safe. They've kept all of us from being killed during our training. Ah, and what better way to test if you're ready to leave the nest, eh? What do you think of that, Keagro? Ready to lose your ring? I've never relied on that stupid ring anyways. Xanos is weak of constitution and constantly in need of rescuing by the ring. That's why he values it so highly, I think. Shut up, little dwarf. I notice you've no lack of focus crystals to power your precious ring. Better to be safe than sorry, I always say. Do you know what your final test will be, Keagro? Has Master Drogon said anything to you? No, he hasn't. I have no idea what my final test will be.
I cannot wait until Master Drogon gives me my final test. Oh, I wish I was in your shoes.
For once I agree with the little girl. I came to Master Drogon to learn how to be an adventurer. I wish to adventure.
True. I wish something exciting would happen here at Hilltop.
Thank you for igniting the plot.
Do you hear that? The sounds of battle. From
Master Drogon
downstairs.
is in trouble. Use your ring.
Alright, so you can use your ring to teleport to Drogon. I want to reserve my crystal, so I'll just run down there. And there's Master Drogon fighting off kobolds with high-level spells. Couple of big bees crushing hands. Isaac's missile storm.
Right shall prevail.
Not sure what that one was, but probably meteor. And then finally, a kobold with a poisonous dagger gets him. And we enter the fort. I'm gonna try and get as many kills in this one as I can, just because they're free XP. Well, of course, I can't reach any of them. And we get no experience, because I didn't lay hands on a single kobold.
That's it? The little beasts are all gone? Then I shall see to Drogon now. I can only imagine what they did to make him fall. Poison? I cannot tell the type, but I should be able to counter it with my magic. Hold on, good dwarf. Nothing? The poison resists? How can that be? This is no simple toxin these kobolds have used here. How could they have acquired such a poison, I wonder? And why did they come all this way, just to strike at Master Drogon? There must be an answer.
Is Master Drogon going to be alright? I don't know, to tell the truth. The fact that this poison resists curative magic disturbs me greatly. I shall try my best to aid him. I find it more than a little suspicious that some helpful stranger would show up just as these little creatures attack, eh? How rude! This lady aids us without asking for anything in return. Would you repay her with suspicion? Rude or not, I'd like an answer as well. You have a remarkable timing, my lady. Ugh. Okay, going from a kind of Russian accent to kind of a Scottish accent, I'm gonna get that one confused, so you'll excuse me if I don't get Dorna's accent just right. Of course you are suspicious. I would be as well, were I in your shoes. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ayala Windspear. I've been following the tracks of these kobolds for almost 2 days now. I thought it odd that they would range so far from their home kings in the Nether Mountains. I never imagined they would do something like this, however. As soon as I realized they were headed for Hilltop, I came as quickly as I could, but too late. Why were you following these kobolds to begin with? I was just passing through this area, to be perfectly honest. It's my responsibility to take note of strange occurrences and investigate them, however. What do you mean it's your responsibility? I'm a harper, as is Drogon. Do you know what a harper is? The Harpers. It's some kind of secret organization, isn't it? One that secretly meddles in the affairs of others, whether they are welcome or not. That is a viewpoint born of ignorance. We Harpers band together to fight evil whenever it arises, even though some may call it meddling. This naturally means that the Harpers have many enemies. I suspect one of them is responsible for this attack. I hope I'm wrong.
I believe I can shed some light on that.
Master Drogon!
Drogon, you live. Mistra be praised.
It was the artifacts they were after. They're stolen. All 4 of them. I can do nothing.
I thought as much. How could anyone have found out you even had them? This is terrible news.
What artifacts are you talking about? When Drogon retired to Hilltop, the Harpers entrusted 4 dangerous artifacts to his care. They are not. We thought this area remote enough that they would be safe.
They were. I do not know how they were discovered.
We'll have to find out. Those artifacts are too powerful and dangerous to be left in unknown hands. Really, they're not. I mean, I guess at some point they could be story-wise, but in the game, they're really not. Well, if the kobolds stole these artifacts, we should get them back. I'm glad you agree. I won't be able to follow you, however. I need to stay here and tend to Drogon's poison. Keagro, my oldest student, it is up to you. It is vital that you find these items and bring them back. Are you sure, Master Drogon? If this is so important, only you can help do this. You are needed, my boy. You must have courage. This will be your final test. I know that you are ready. So much relies on you. I know. You will not let me down. I cannot. Ugh. Drogon is passed out from the pain. It is up to you then, Keagro, as he said. You must recover these artifacts before they can be put to dangerous use. I'll do my best. Do you have any advice? If you need assistance, think of asking Dorna or Xanos to accompany you. The others can remain here and help guard the school. That would be me. I wish I could go with you, Keagro. You are so lucky. I really wish I could take Misha with me. I want a fighter type, and Dorna's a rogue cleric, and Xanos is, I think, a barbarian, but problematically, he's a sorcerer, so we'll probably be taking Dorna with us. And he will be luckier still to have the great Xanos by his side. Get over yourself already, Xanos. Keagro will pick whomever he picks, and it will probably be someone he can stand. Yes, as I said, me! There is also bound to be some equipment here in the school which can help you. See if you can find some healing equipment, especially. If you can't find potions, the healing kits will have to do. As for the artifacts themselves, I can tell you what I know about them if you wish. It's not much, but it might help. Beyond that, all that remains is to go out into Hilltop and follow the trail of the kobolds. It should not be difficult. The passing will have been noticed, I'm sure. I will help you as much as I can, but my first duty is to keep Drogon alive. Whatever this poison is inside him, I intend to fight it. How is Master Drogon doing? Poorly. It takes all the magic I can muster to keep the poison from killing him. I will do what I can. He is a strong dwarf. I'm sure he will pull through. Especially since dwarves are supposed to be really good at fighting off poison. Is there something I can do to help Master Drogon? Yes, actually. Perhaps there is. I believe the poison is a magically altered form of snake venom. Perhaps from an asp or something similar. If that is the case, there may be some herbs that can speed Drogon's recovery. There's an herbalist in Hilltop who should have them. Go to the herbalist and tell him that you need a tricine tongue, some charcoal, and some helmthorn berries. Then bring those back to me. I should go and get ready. Excellent. I will tend to Drogon then. Return to me when you have discovered anything. Alright guys, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode. Got a lot done in this first episode. I've established what my current quest is, and we'll get started with that. Probably not next episode. I'm going to explore the school and find all the goodies inside, but we're going to take one of the companions with us, and we'll see where we go from there. So, as usual guys, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time on Neverwinter Nights, Shadows of Undrentide. See you then.